Mr. Irman Gusman, Chairman of the House of Regional Representatives of the Republic of Indonesia, Your Excellencies, colleague ambassadors, dear friends, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to apologize for this bad weather today that was keeping waiting all of you in cars or here in this reception hall. But with the full ambassadorial responsibility, I would like to tell that that was not the Russian embassy in Jakarta who ordered this inclement weather. It's just force of circumstances, of weather circumstances that from time to time are beyond our power. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the greatest honor and greatest privilege for me to welcome all of you today here at the reception on the occasion of the National Day of Russia. 23 years ago, on that very day, on the 12th of June, the Declaration of State Sovereignty was adopted by the Russian Parliament. This very important and historic decision was made on the basis of a free, united and strong will of the whole Russian society, who had made a clear choice in favor of a new state system that would build upon the principles of democracy, market economy, supremacy of law, respect for human rights and freedoms for all of the citizens of Russia, and that would be open for free exchanges and mutually beneficial relationship with all the members of the international community. For this, a little bit more than 2 decades, our new state and our new society have succeeded in, first of all, in establishment of a new democratic political system. Being here, ambassador of the Russian Federation here in Indonesia, I'm especially proud to also represent the very first generation of the Russian citizens during a long history of Russian statehood that not only formally has, but that also in reality exercises a right to elect the leader of our country, the president of our country, by a free vote of all the citizens of the Russian Federation. We have also succeeded in establishment a new parliamentary system with multi-party representation in our legislative body. I think not many of us remember that it was only after the start of reforms in 1990 that the principles of private property and market economy had been implemented in our legislation and economic practice. Before that, private enterprise, private property, private creativity were not existing in the country. But nowadays, we all know the world-class Russian private sector corporations who are promoting, that are promoting vigorous activity in many fields of strategic importance for the global economy, contributing to sustainable growth in Russia and in world dimension. I would like to mention, for example, Rizal company, which is the world's biggest producer of alumina and primary aluminium, or for example, Lukoil company operating in oil industry worldwide. I think a little bit more than 20 years ago, one could hardly find many Soviet tourists in world-famous resorts or places of interest. But now, today, thanks to freedom of traveling abroad, the tourist flow from Russia has become a pillar of the tourist sector of the economies of many countries, including that of Southeast Asia. And thus, they benefit from an open and new society built in my country. Pursuing the new Russian foreign policy based on the principles of pragmatism, openness, multi-vector, and assertion of our national interests without confrontation, has resulted in growing authority and of my country in the international community, and growing trust of international community to my country. This is why Russia has been entrusted recently the presidency in several very important and respected multilateral structures, such as G8, APEC, and G20, where we are executing our presidency this year. Bearing in mind all of our experience, success and heart of system transition reform, we are watching with the feeling of great solidarity, great respect and great support the continuous, brave and ambitious efforts of the leadership and people of the Republic of Indonesia to pursue wise policy aimed at strengthening democracy, boosting economic growth, eradication of poverty, contributing to security, stability, prosperity, economic integration in the Asia-Pacific region, as well as to encouraging interfaith and intercivilizational harmony and dialogue. We enjoy friendly relations of strategic partnership with the Republic of Indonesia that have got a new impetus as a result of the meeting between our presidents, Vladimir Putin and Susilo Bambang Yudhoyono, in June 2012 in Los Cabos, Mexico, on the margins of the G20 summit. And now, the main features of our partnership are trust-based political dialogue, increasing trade, which had marked a record level of $2.8 billion last year, launching new large-scale projects in areas of transport infrastructure development and processing mineral resources in Indonesia. Our two countries are also cooperating closely for strengthening security and stability in the Asia-Pacific region, including countering new challenges and threats. In this broad activity, our two states rely on long traditions of friendship, mutual understanding, trust and cooperation that have been existed between our two nations for many, many years and decades. And I am confident, and these traditions are symbolized in Russia's consistent and strong support for independence, territorial sovereignty and territorial integrity of the Republic of Indonesia. And I am confident that Russia and Indonesia, both sharing a common philosophy of unity in diversity, furthermore will be able to do a lot for the benefit of their people, for the benefit of all international community. And finally, may I propose a toast for the National Day of Russia, for deepening friendship between the Russian Federation and the Republic of Indonesia, for good health and happiness for all our dear friends and guests today. Thank you and cheers.